You guys are going to be really proud of me, but it's only been 48 hours since the last time I made a video on the Green Bay Packers, so I guess that's kind of progress, right? Jokes aside, the Green Bay Packers have been a glorified dumpster fire over this past offseason, which is ridiculous considering that this is a team that made it to the NFC Championship over the past 2 years, that clearly hit a home run in their hiring of Matt LaFleur and, well, has the reigning MVP on their roster. And while typically we make these videos on Aaron Rodgers and his cryptic messages and his zen-like demeanor, well, today we're going to be discussing the 2020 NFL leader in touchdown receptions, and that's Davante Adams. Really quickly before we get to the content, I hate telling you guys this and I know it could be a little annoying, but I want to remind you guys that your buddy, Roger Goodell, doesn't like seeing us succeed, and typically he copyright claims me or he demonetizes my content, which again, I don't really care if I don't make any money off of this. I really just do this because I love what I do. If you could take a moment to sack the like button for the YouTube algorithm, I just want my content to be pushed out algorithmically. It's free for you to do and it would do wonders in progressing my career. We're also giving away a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X to a subscriber that turns on our notifications on this channel, and we're almost at 400,000 subscribers, guys. Should you feel inclined to contribute to this channel, there is a channel memberships program if you click the join button, which is right next to the subscription button. And now that we get all that out of the way, Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The Green Bay Packers situation is about to get to a boiling point because NFL training camps are about to launch, and we're going to get a lot of our questions answered that pertain to the Green Bay Packers and their roster this upcoming year. For one, is Aaron Rodgers going to report to camp? Is he going to be the Green Bay Packers starting quarterback this year, just like he was last year following a MVP season, or is he going to hold out and demand that the Green Bay Packers trade him? Should he do that, what should the Green Bay Packers do? Should they trade Aaron Rodgers immediately? Well, if they wanted to trade him, they should have traded him during the NFL draft when they had potential suitors like the San Francisco 49ers, or even before when the LA Rams called to inquire about him. And of course, that's before we even discuss the Denver Broncos. Trading Aaron Rodgers has a plethora of benefits, and it's a move that I don't understand why the Green Bay Packers haven't done so far, because if you're going out and drafting Jordan Love as opposed to getting Aaron Rodgers additional help, which he's been clamoring for the past couple of years, and you've successfully built up the value of your existing quarterback that is closer to the end of his career than he is to the beginning of his career, despite how magnificent he is, why wouldn't you trade your quarterback for a plethora of first-round draft picks? That could accelerate whatever rebuild that you have. That could put better pieces around Jordan Love. And hey, wasn't this your plan to begin with? You drafted Jordan Love for a reason. Well, if you pay attention to the way the Green Bay Packers have been run, especially under Brian Gutekunst, at first, when I was looking at the signs about Aaron Rodgers' problems with the Green Bay Packers, I was thinking that, yes, I know this might come off as a little bit disrespectful, but I thought he was being a little bit of a diva. And the reason being that he came out and complained about the fact that the Packers drafted his replacement, which is very reasonable because a lot of people like comparing the drafting of Jordan Love to the drafting of Aaron Rodgers himself. If you guys remember, Brett Favre was the head guy in Green Bay. He is a Green Bay Packers legend and Hall of Famer, and the Green Bay Packers drafted his replacement in Aaron Rodgers while Brett Favre was still on the roster, and Brett Favre still had a couple of years left in him. The difference in this situation was in the 2006 NFL draft, there was a pretty good possibility that Aaron Rodgers would have went number 1 overall to the San Francisco 49ers. It was something that was expected. We all thought that he was either going to be the first pick or at least go in the top 5, let alone the top 10, let alone the top 15 or top 20. The fact that a player that could have potentially went number 1 overall fell all the way down to the Green Bay Packers' laps with the 24th pick in the 2005 NFL draft was just too good of an opportunity for the Packers to pass up here. But in this situation, you have a quarterback that has been clamoring for help, and at this point, you had a quarterback that was drafted after 3 other QBs in Jordan Love. Jordan Love was the 4th quarterback off the board that year in the NFL draft, and the Packers traded up to draft him. And then when Aaron Rodgers came out and called out the Green Bay Packers for cutting Jay Kumaro, I actually thought he was being a little bit of a diva as well. But in this situation, now that I'm just seeing what's going on, I really am beginning to think that the Green Bay Packers front office is just simply incompetent, because if you draft a quarterback and you have the intentions of building around that quarterback, any QB you draft in the first round at some point is going to be the franchise quarterback for your roster. And now that you successfully built up Aaron Rodgers' stock and his value, and you could easily flip him to a team for 3 first-round picks or more, the fact that the Packers aren't doing that just communicates to me that they're even more incompetent. And guess who else thinks they might be incompetent? None other than their top wide receiver. And based off the way they handled these negotiations, I think they're extremely incompetent. And listen to this, because I actually asked you guys on Twitter what you thought about this. So if you remember, earlier this month in July, July 1st to be exact, Davante Adams said something that was a little strange and a little sketchy, saying that it would be a dream to play with his college quarterback Derek Carr once again. The direct quote went like this: "Obviously, I love Derek to death. We've got a great friendship and we still communicate really consistently. He's one of my best friends. Obviously, it would be a dream to be able to play with him, but I'm a Packer now. Until that point when we make that decision, I guess we gotta. We'll just see what happens." Davante Adams and Derek Carr were remarkable with one another at Fresno State, but it's still a very interesting thing to say given everything that's going on with the Green Bay Packers. Davante Adams also came out supporting Aaron Rodgers in months prior, saying that he has his back no matter what, and he would climb up a mountaintop for the man. He also posted some cryptic messages on his Instagram, like a goat almost falling off of a cliff, which I thought was very interesting as well, which is obviously a hint to Aaron Rodgers. But here's where things get very interesting. The Packers and Davante Adams obviously need to work on a contract extension because the man's set to become a free agent next year. So according to Ian Rappaport, we got this report in regards to the Green Bay Packers attempting to re-sign Davante Adams, and it goes like this: "It's not just Aaron Rodgers. The Green Bay Packers and star wide receiver Davante Adams have broken off long-term extension talks. There are no current plans to resume them. The two sides have been negotiating for months, but they are now in a bad place," sources say. "First the quarterback, now the number 1 wide receiver." Now, this clearly makes a lot of sense. If you're Davante Adams, you're coming off of a season where you had over 1,300 receiving yards and an absurd 18 receiving touchdowns. Obviously, cashing in on Aaron Rodgers' MVP season, and in the past 2 years, clearly things have been clicking for the Green Bay Packers on all cylinders if you made it all the way to the NFC Championship. Now, according to Ian Rappaport, however, the offer that the Packers wanted to give Davante Adams was a lowball offer, because Ian says that the Packers and Davante Adams' reps worked behind the scenes to get a deal done. The proposals have not acknowledged Adams as the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, sources say. Green Bay's classic structure has led to limited options, and now talks are off with just a few days to go before training camp. So, wow, this might be Davante Adams' final season as a Green Bay Packer. Obviously, the Packers could franchise tag him, but you know how that can get and how ugly that can get, so clearly things aren't going well in Green Bay. If Aaron Rodgers might not show up to camp and his number 1 wide receiver isn't willing to re-sign with the Green Bay Packers on a contract extension. The fact that this team was able to make it to 2 NFC championships, they clearly knocked the Matt LaFleur hire out of the park. They clearly hit on Davante Adams as a draft pick. They did a remarkable job prolonging Aaron Rodgers' career by also allowing him to lean on a balanced rushing attack. And this is a team that's really close to getting over the hump and making it to the Super Bowl once again. But a series of incompetent decisions, including drafting Jordan Love, and which in turn alienates Aaron Rodgers, and then alienating Davante Adams by not acknowledging him as the league's highest paid wide receiver after he crushed it in the NFL over this past year and is clearly deserving of such a contract, just points at the incompetence that is going on in Lambeau. So let me know in the comment section down below, man, what do you guys think about all this? If you're a Green Bay Packers fan, I'm so sorry. You guys deserve way better better than this, but maybe there's something that I'm not seeing here. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think, or you could hit me up on Twitter to discuss this. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.